Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today, we're going to look at a musician that is quite new for me, Mr. Bruce Kaphan and the Bruce Kaphan Quartet. Now, I did look up the name. It is spelled Kaphan, so I thought it was Kaphan or Kaphan, but I looked it up, so it's Kaphan. So I'm very happy. Thank you so much, Scott, for sponsoring this marathon. And we have 4 tracks and 1 video that we're going to look at. And yeah, I'm super excited. Actually, I have one song by Ray Pennington just to change it up. I didn't want to make, as you know, sometimes the studios block marathons because it's an entire marathon of the same artist. So I wanted to break it up with Ray Pennington there and Buddy Emmons. So actually 3 songs, 1 by Ray and then a video. So what are we gonna look at first? We're gonna do Birdland by Bruce. This is from the Bruce Kaphan Quartet album. Let's see, this is from let's say, says here 2012. I hope that's correct. Let's see. Then Bruce Kaphan Hybrid album Loops for Larry. Let's see, this is from 2010. So it seems that this man is, you know, I guess we're not doing our usual older artists. We're doing something from somebody quite younger today. So now a Ray Pennington, let's see, and then this is called Rubber Dolly. And this says Ray Pennington, Buddy Emmons, and the Swing Swifts Band. This is called Swinging by Request. Let's see. This is from 2005. Let's see. And the last one is Isnt, like E and then Z, Isnt. By the Bruce Kaphan Quartet, again 2012. Now look here. I do want to see, and again, thank you so much, Scott, for sending me all the info and also letting me choose the marathon. Pretty much, you send me 2, and I chose this one because it's like you said, we need a little bit more jazz. This one is called Sliding into the Unknown, and it says here, so this is from Scott, it says, we need to get a little bit more instrumental and jazz related stuff. This marathon features Bruce Kaphan, a virtuoso on the pedal steel guitar, an instrument that gets trapped into a country only genre. And that's super true, because most of the times when I listen to steel guitar, it is in a country genre. Always loved the instrument, especially Jeff Skunk Baxter's playing on the early Steely Dan records. Yes, I know exactly who you mean. I'm saving my favorite Kaphan song for a Dan request for you and Alexia. Awesome. Thank you so much. That is awesome, because that way she can also react to him, to Bruce. Although most of the, stuff that I listen to here by myself, I show to her pretty much immediately. So but yeah, again, thank you so much for making me able to choose the marathon. That is so awesome. So yeah, and I just recorded something as again also for BMAC that is also jazz related, and I'll release that I think before this. So once this comes out, you can check out. It's Stanley Clark on the bass. So, all right, so let's go. Without further ado, there's one quick thing I wanted to check really fast here, which was the year of these albums. I just want to make sure that Bruce is indeed, these albums are indeed like from 2012 and stuff like that. Quartet, here it is. San Francisco Bay Area musician. Okay. Okay, so yeah, it says here 2010. All right, cool. So yeah, we are indeed on the right track. So here we go with Birdland. Bruce Kaphan. Here we go. Thank you again so much, Scott, and let's go. Nice harmonics on the bass. So wow, this is just wonderful, and yeah, definitely we need more jazz on the channel, and I would love for more people to subscribe because of instrumental music and jazz and stuff. It's just, it's a genre that people just don't. I don't know. It's, I guess, harder to get into, but it's, for me, that's where I'm at. Like, that's pretty much what I listen to. I always say this because, I mean, it could be the first time for someone to, watching the channel, but that's my music. It's like, for me, it's all about instrumental. And this reminds me, I want to say a little bit of Pat Metheny, with a little bit more of a humorous touch. I think Pat Metheny tends to be very dramatic and stuff like that, which I love. This has just a little bit more of a fun kind of vibe to it. And it almost reminds me of those, 90s TV shows sometimes, like, for example, I don't know if you've ever seen Will and Grace, and they have this beautiful pianist when, like, when there's a scene and then it kind of like switches from one building to the other, or from one location to another. You can hear like, kind of like a little improvisation from a pianist, or some kind of like jazzy interlude. And that's what this sounds like a little bit. I don't want to call it, I want to take away the quality because saying it, oh, it has like a TV show kind of sound, but you know what I mean. But yeah, definitely, when I say Pat Metheny, it has like this quality, really. Like, all these guys are like maestros. So I was looking at the pedal steel guitar, and I wish I could learn how to play this thing. I wanted to even just see the tuning. So it looks like B, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, D sharp, F sharp. So an E9. That's crazy. And of course, I mean, if you've heard like later Pink Floyd albums, like the Division Bell, David Gilmour uses a lot of pedal steel guitar in the later albums for his solos, and they're just amazing. But yeah, I love the the mix between the guitar here and the horn section. Like, I don't know if that was some kind of like oboe. Um, but yeah, we'll see in the live, in the video. But this is wonderful. Like, I can't wait to go back and listen to the entire album. So far, beautiful. Also, the improvisation by the pianist, the bass is so good. The drummer, all of them, all four of them are just killing it here. And I'm gonna look at the band in a second. So, but let's keep going. love the that theme. Bam dum bam bam dum dum bam dum ba da 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 da. Really cool. And that improvisation at the end, wonderful. Great discovery for me. Thank you so much. And let's keep going with this is from Hybrid. Let's see. So this is a little bit earlier here. Now this is not the quartet, so I guess it could sound a little bit different. This is just Bruce by himself, a solo album here, and I don't know, but let's see. Maybe it's still the same. You know how Spotify sometimes labels or mislabels, or. But here we go with loops for Larry. Here we go. That was insane. Wow. That was just amazing. Like a wall of beauty, you know. Everything that he was doing, I love that he started with rhythms, you know, like palm muted, kind of like I don't know how you even do that on a steel guitar. But I mean there was some rhythm, you know, this staccato like, and a lot of open chords. He was letting, you know, the 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 strings ring, and then the looping, you know, here is so fantastic. There was distortion, there was clean sounds, harmonics, and all in together. It never felt out of balance. It was just beautiful, and that, you know, he kept the rhythm, and he kept also a theme that, and they sound like bends, but they're slides. It's just wonderful. This whole thing, it became really dreamlike at the end. You know, it was like in a little bit of a trance, but a beautiful trance. You know, it's like when Alexa and I, when we listen to Tool, we just we're in like this really weird state. You know, that's what this made me feel, really like comfortableness. You know, of and but yeah, everything he was doing. You know, high notes, low notes, the I don't know. It was just wonderful. I would like to listen to it right now. But yeah, the beautiful way of looping, you know. That's so cool to be like, yeah, he could just sit anywhere and just, you know, do this by himself, you know. And that's an art. We've seen some people, you know, play guitar with looping. I think it was, I don't know, it was with Disney. Um, I think it was in Disney, and where you walk around outside, and there was a guy with an acoustic guitar, and he had like all these pedals, and he would do like, he would loop a little bit of a rhythm, and then put in some lead, and then just like sing, and oh, it's just fantastic. So this was great. So loops for Larry, awesome. Okay, so now we're gonna change it up a little bit, so the entire marathon is not just Bruce. This is Ray Pennington with Buddy Emmons. I've never heard these two, so I have no idea what we're gonna get into, but here we go. Okay, cool. This sounded more like this was actually from 1992. I looked it up. It says 2005, and then it said 2007, but it's 92. This felt more like a almost like a slow gypsy jazz, kind of like yes, it's a swing too, but it had that I don't know. I love the fiddle, or the violin. But yeah, this was the setting that I know the steel guitar more in, that kind of music, and it sounded like almost Hawaiian in a way, like you know what I mean. But yeah, this is what I love about here by Bruce Kaphan. What it said. Oh, now it's not here anymore. But that basically what it said is that he took the. Let's read this here real quick. Let me just turn down the volume because you can only look up the information when you play the actual song, which is kind of weird. Okay, so what it says here says Bruce Kaphan let the pedal steel guitar away from its traditional country music roots and into the land of alternative rock when he played with the American Music Club. He was recorded as a solo artist too and released the instrumental album Slider. I mean, just, and then his pedal steel guitar can be heard on John Lee Hooker's Chill Out, which garnered a Grammy Award, and so on. REM, Black Crows, Shell Crow, and more. So I was reading that while I was listening, and I was like, I think I should mention that. But yeah. Okay, so next one is Isnt. I guess is a name, Isn't, and this is again from the Bruce Kaphan Quartet 2012, like from the first song that I played. All right, here it goes. And then we're also gonna play Jessica, which is from this same album, but that one we're gonna watch live on YouTube. Right, here we go. So good. Wow. That was amazing. That's solo. I don't know if that was a, but it sounded almost like a fretless, so it could have been like a stand up bass, but I think it was an electric bass, but a fretless. Wonderful solo. Like, oh man, that improv was amazing. And the guitar sounded like it had some kind of effect on there, and it reminded me of Jan Hammer. Um, he has that specific sound on his keyboard, so it's just like it's you hear it and you know, okay, that's Jan Hammer, you know. So I don't know, but this album is just that's like the stuff that I love, man. Like I could just lose myself. That song. Mm. So Jessica, okay, so this is what Scott said about Jessica. Let's see. Give me a second. And I agree. Sometimes I don't like, to as a first reaction, I don't like to see videos. But now that I have an idea of what they're doing, I'd really much like to see them. Let's see. Ah, I clicked on your Dan request instead of your the marathon. Let's see. This reminded me really of please if you can, Scott, and everyone, if you want to listen to an amazing fusion album that's acoustic, that sounds like this, it's The Rite of Strings with Aldi Miola and Gianluca Ponti and Stanley Clark, and the bass obviously that reminds me a lot of this. So it's on Patreon. It's like we did a full reaction to it. Amazing album. And it's not on Spotify for some reasons. I'm happy that we pulled it. I think that was from my collection. We pulled it. Where's your email? Let's see. Let me check. Bruce. Okay, so this is where he was like, okay, Jessica, I've sent the link above for the studio video recording where you can see him playing the pedal steel as well as the quartet. And it's also on Spotify, but I think you'll enjoy the video. Yes, definitely. Definitely. So let's do that. Give me just one quick moment. All right, here we go with Bruce Kaphan Quartet, and then this is recording Jessica. So here we go. Let's pull it up, and let's go. Enjoy. Fretless bass, yeah. Wow. Let's see. So yeah, it was a fretless, of course. So the pedal steel guitar. Let me see. Let me just hide this. And I don't know if there was any lag. If there was, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. But so I wish I knew what he was doing with the pedal, because I mean I don't think it would be too hard to learn because of like the experience I have on the electric guitar and the acoustic. I've always practiced, finger style the since day one. Pretty much I started finger style like with classical guitar. So I guess that wouldn't be too hard to, do these the way he picks. But I don't know with that apparatus, that he's holding for the strings. Like, I don't know if that would kind of like, and you do have to use your pinky kind of like, I think, to mute. I don't know. It would be interesting to check it out. Like I don't think I would become a virtuoso on it, but I've played my guitar in this position just for fun, but I don't have that thing for the strings. It's almost like a damper. I don't know what it's called. I think it vibrates. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Like I've seen when we went to a museum, of a guitar museum here in Denver, and they had like the biggest guitar ever built. They had it in that museum. It was so big. It was like the size of like two cars or something. And they had obviously people, that were very revolutionary to the guitar, Hendrix and Steve Vai, and people who've just like kind of like changed up the way the guitar has been played, So there were some really cool names, and there was a steel guitar that you could try out, but it didn't have the pedals, and it wasn't really amplified, so it was kind of hard to um, to use. But yeah, this was wonderful. What a great quartet, and what a great musician, Bruce Kaphan. And I hope I looked it up on Google. The pronunciation. I hope I got it right. But this was wonderful. Thank you again, Scott. For always trying to look up something different for the channel. All you guys, everyone, pretty much everyone who visits the channel comes up with something that is not so, I guess, on every other channel. There's some other three, four, five channels that I know that are like us, a little bit more outside the box. We don't have that much subscribers because we don't react to just anything, and everything. So I guess it's a little bit more niche, the whole thing, but we love it. Um, and yes, we've done some very commercial stuff, of course, but in the end, we always go back to the non-commercial stuff, jazz, and then prog rock, which is, not the most, I guess, famous of rocks. When you ask people about some bands that we listen to, like just normal people that listen to music, have no idea. So, but I mean, that's pretty much when we came into this. Like we knew about a few bands, like Dream Theater and Kansas, but yeah, if you asked us about Yes, we were like, what? So yeah, that's just how it works. But it's just a wonderful thing to discover these bands, And I mean, looking in the back, we're well more like we know a lot more about the Beatles, and we're pretty much professionals when it comes to Steely Dan, So it's really cool. It's just like wonderful, this whole experience. And but yeah, we owe it to you guys, because you guys watch us, of course, and you help us with the marathons and the videos and the dance and all that good stuff, the Patreon. Like it really helps us to be able to do this because it is very time consuming, and I mean, not the video in itself, but just the editing and keeping up the channel and answering the comments, and just keeping the whole thing rolling. It's almost like a second job, but I love it. So again, thank you so much, Scott, for this wonderful marathon. I appreciated that you come up with fresh stuff, and I hope this gets people excited. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who are going to love this, so I'm not that worried. And the people that don't listen to it, eventually, they'll run out of things to watch and watch it. So there's that. So again, thank you so much, everybody. Also, thank you for watching. Please do like the video so it stays in the algorithm. Like it. If you can subscribe to the channel, wonderful. And if you can share it and all that good stuff. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in the next one.